Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DJ Clan Smasher, and as promised, I bring you guys the video for farming. So this is a pretty, heavy duty elixir based army, but the good thing about this army is that you'll usually get a high percentage 2-star and possibly a 3-star if it's a Town Hall 11. If it's a Town Hall 10, most likely it's going to be a 3-star. It's rare when it's not. And this is with the level 4 miners, guys. If it's level 5, it's pretty much a guaranteed 3-star and a very high percentage to 3-star, a Town Hall 11, depending on the base as well, of course. Because like any attack, it's very base dependent. It's not like it's always a given. So anyways, guys, I'm showing you the Steam Roll Trav attack because he's the one who showed me this. He's the one who posted it the first time, and that's where I got that attack, and that's the reason why I copied this army. So I'm guessing the reason why he sends in the 2 miners and the 2 hogs is to kind of like, set some traps up, and then also like for instance, if your heroes are tanking for a little bit, those 2 hogs can take out some defenses just to kind of make sure to start that funnel, and it kind of keeps your heroes alive a little bit longer. So pretty much like I said, guys, you're gonna go ahead and start off with the 2 heroes on the very ends. Go ahead and choose an entry point. So first, when you're looking at a base, what do you want to look at, or how should you go about entering the base? So first, make sure to look at the Inferno where they're placed. You don't really have to take a look at the Queen because it won't matter. Those miners will take her down right away. If the CC is lurable, you can definitely lure it if you want. The Queen can take it down. Just go ahead and pull the troops to the corner, poison them, and use the Queen. But if they're not lurable, it's okay because most likely the miners can run away from them and you can just poison whatever's there. So anyways, guys, you want to make sure that you see the Infernos where they're at, and you want to go ahead and enter 1 Inferno at a time if possible. If both Infernos are real close to each other, like in the middle, you know what I mean, where they're pretty much touching or they're in the same compartment, it doesn't really matter how you send the troops. Just make sure that you rage and freeze and heal all at the same time in that core area. That way your troops can survive, and most likely once you get through that rough patch, it'll be a 3-star, guys. So anyways, this is Steamroll Trav. He's one of our Town Hall 11s, very great player, and he's the one who showed me this attack. So anyways, guys, now I'm going to show you some of my attacks. I did fast forward on some of these, and I've been doing real good with farming. And then keep in mind that I do get a pretty good amount as far as the bonus goes, as long as I get above the 70%. So this attack is real nice when it comes to that, because then I end up making like 500k or 600 sometimes. So it's nice. So anyways, you go ahead and send the king on one side, the queen on the other, send about 2 miners and then 2 hogs just to kind of get things going. And then after that, you kind of spread the miners, and then you go from there. If there's 2 Inferno towers and one of them is single and the other one's multi, you want to approach the multi-target Inferno first. That way you can take it down. And then once you take that down, it's going to make things a lot easier for you in the long run. So make sure that you rage, heal, and freeze if you do have that freeze spell. And then you just go from there, because that'll keep your things alive way longer. And then the single multi-target, the single Inferno isn't going to do much to your hogs compared to the multi. So that's why it's important to take out the multi if you do have a choice. But if not, just approach 1 Inferno at a time. You don't want to go both, especially if they're kind of spread out. You don't want both of your miners, either 5 of your miners getting trashed right away, or 10 miners being hit and not being able to get healed. Which is why it's important just to approach 1 at a time, because if it's only 5 miners that aren't getting healed but everyone else is, that's perfectly fine. That'll be enough for your miners to overpower and be healed right back on time. So anyways, guys, yeah, I just realized that I had showed you this replay on the other video, which you can refer to if you want to go ahead and check out the dips. Pretty much made it a point that I got surprised with the lava pups surviving, and I was not expecting that. Yeah, because when I made this video, I just kind of made them all together. So anyways, guys, that's the main thing. You just want to make sure that you spread the king and queen. It's pretty simple. It's not very difficult. It's not rocket science, guys. You don't have to think about the raid too much. All you got to think about is where the Infernos are at. You don't even have to think about where the heroes are at for the enemy. The only thing that can possibly ruin it is if the heroes are on the outside right away. Just because that's going to distract everything, and if there's a lot of DPS, that might make things where you have to use the heal spells a lot faster, and things like that. But other than that, it's pretty simple, guys. you know, king on one side, queen on the other, and then you just want to put the grand word in the middle with all your mass miners, and you just heal along the way. And then the hog riders, the reason why the hog riders are so good when it comes to this part is because they got a little buff. So that means that they're a lot stronger now and they can take some hits, and because their DPS is pretty good, they'll take out the defenses, and they'll sometimes even trigger big bombs before the miners get there, because the miners are still going to be underground. So that makes a huge difference, because if they trigger the big bombs, the miners aren't going to take any hits at all, so that makes it a lot better for your troops to survive. So it's a huge difference, guys. So anyways, this is going to be the last raid that I had just recently done. And this is a pretty, it was not a maxed out base, but you can tell that it's very developed. And I was not expecting to get a high percentage 2-star. I was only expecting to get maybe at least 50%, 60, but that was pretty much all I was aiming for, guys, because, you know, as long as I get the 200, 300k gold, and if I can get 70%, it's perfect, because then I'll get an extra, what is it, 270? I'll show you guys at the end. But yeah, this is one of the best ways to farm, especially for you maxed out Town Hall 11s, because you don't really have to worry too much about elixir. And not only that, but you'll still get a pretty good amount of elixir when it comes to this attack. It's not like you're going to be on a deficit all the time. So it's a great way to get elixir. Not super great because it is elixir heavy, but it is definitely a great attack to get gold and dark elixir, because you don't use much dark elixir except for the hogs. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope this helped. I hope you can farm a lot, because, you know, we got to get those archer towers, those cannons, and all that stuff going. So thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. And yep, it's a 280k bonus. Awesome. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe and like for more.